Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Aaron, and I'm going to be bringing back my Final Fantasy XIV class videos, clear videos, and all that stuff. So get excited for that. Right now, I'm doing the Warrior video, and Warrior is my main class to start off an expansion with. So this was very exciting for me. In the future, I'm going to be doing all the other classes. I'm probably going to get into the healers this time too. The Sage really has piqued my interest, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that can do, and I might actually heal one of the raid tiers, so that'll be interesting to the fear of all my people, all the people in my static. So yeah, let's get into this Warrior video. I'm so excited for this. Oh my gosh. So to get into this opener, not much has changed. Like seriously, Warrior hasn't changed too much at all. But one of the main things that has happened was Onslaught gets a charges now. You get up to 3 when you're at level 90, so you can actually just charge in right at the beginning of the fight. And upheaval, another thing about upheaval, Onslaught and upheaval don't cost gauge anymore, so the only thing you're going to be using your gauge for is cleaves. That's it. So yeah, nice quality of life change right there, and I'm glad for it. So yeah, getting into the opener finally, and after like a minute of me talking about abilities, I usually start off with Tomahawk. If you can weave Infuriate and Onslaught, you could charge into battle as long as you don't have to like pre-position the boss, or if you're just being an off tank. I mean, I don't know why a warrior wouldn't be the main tank. You get more damage if you're a main tank anyway, when you're using Vengeance. So I don't see why warrior wouldn't ever not be a main tank. So, but yeah, start off with Tomahawk. Then we'll get into Infuriate at least. Probably positioning boss, so using Onslaught right there is probably not a good idea. You might want to save one charge of Onslaught just in case you do need to gap close somewhere, just as an FYI. Next, you're going to be doing your 1-2-3 combo with Storm's Eye at the end to get your Surging Tempest buff up to get that extra 10% damage. Then you're going to want to use your first Inner Chaos before you get into your Inner Release. Inner Chaos will use one of your charges when you're in Inner Release, and I will talk about that change when I get to the next ability, which is Inner Release. So after you use Inner Chaos, you do Inner Release in between there. And Inner Release works on charges now. You get 3 charges, so you only get 3 Fell Cleaves. But you also get a new ability at level 90 called Primal Rend, which is a high damage ability, your highest damage ability, and is actually an AoE, but it's still a high damage ability that is better than Inner Chaos. And the initial hit is better than Inner Chaos, and it's an extra 200% or it's an extra like 200 potency for every monster after that, so like it's just free damage. So Primal Rend is really awesome, high damage ability, depending on random number generator when dealing damage. I mean, an Inner Chaos can probably do close to as much as Primal Rend, due to the fluctuations in how much damage you receive from the random, because it's only 50 potency more. So I mean, but I mean, it still is 50 potency more, and then even more so if you do an AoE with it, so it's awesome. Anyway, after Primal Rend, or you can use your 3 fell cleaves first, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure Inner Chaos or Inner Release will stay up until you have spent all of your charges, including the Primal Rend ready thing that Inner Release gives you at level 90. So after you get all of that done, pretty much it's just your 1, 2, 3 combos, using Storm's Path as much as possible to gain as much gauge as possible, and using Storm's Eye to re-up your Surging Tempest to get that damage boost, make sure that doesn't fall off. Then yeah, use Vengeance whenever you can to get some extra damage. There's really not much different to Warrior in this expansion. I mean, they pretty much, I guess, have a set idea of what they want the Warrior to be, and I guess this is it. So really high burst damage, and then like just tapering off for a while until you get that burst damage back. Now I'm going to talk about some of the abilities that I haven't covered because they're not damage abilities. Bloodwetting, amazing ability. I don't know how this thing got through everything in dungeons. It's freaking amazing. I have seriously kept myself alive with it for 50% of a boss fight in one of the leveling dungeons. So, like, seriously, it's insane. I was alone, and even Nascent Flash is still pretty awesome if you're trying to help other people survive. So, but Bloodwetting, 20% damage reduction, shield on you at a 400 potency heal, so it's like 6,000 or 7,000, I think. Shield, which is nothing to scoff at when it's like 10% of your health. So that's like 30% damage reduction right there. It's basically a Vengeance every 25 seconds for one hit. And then then it's a Rampart after that for another however many seconds you have left on it. It's 8 total. And then you'd also get the healing off it, and the healing isn't based on how much damage you do. It's based off of it's just based off of a flat potency, which is 400. So every time you hit something, you're gaining 400 potency healing back. I don't know if that's going to change. I would assume it's going to, because the ability is just way too good for what it's at. And I mean, like, seriously, I have, in one of the expert dungeons when I got there, for the first 2 bosses, the healer died, and in the first boss, the healer and 1 DPS died, and I kept the other DPS alive for like 45% of the fight. And then in the next boss, the healer died right at the beginning, and I kept almost both of the DPSs alive throughout the whole fight for like 90% of the fight, and kept myself alive. So, like, I don't know, like, jeez, it's just too good. Another ability I didn't go over is because for most raid fights they don't have like you don't get to get multi hits in. So Orogeny, which shares a cooldown with Upheaval, it's pretty good. Does need 3 or more enemies to be better than Upheaval, just like Fell Cleave and Decimate. So you're gonna want to have 3 or more enemies in order to actually want to use that. But I think I covered this earlier. Upheaval doesn't take gauge anymore, so yeah, lots of quality of life stuff for Warrior. And getting into the stats, I think warrior will only want crit and determination. That's pretty much all you're going to want on your gear now. So I would focus on using that kind of materia. Skill speed, you don't really need it anymore. Inner release lasts for 15 seconds, and you have 3 charges and 1 Primal Rend, so that's 4 abilities that you can use in between attacks if you have to. But like seriously, like there's no need for skill speed anymore. If you have to get other stats, I would probably tenacity. If you can't put crit or determination in there, tenacity might be the better choice than skill speed. I don't know. I don't do number crunching. This is all guesswork on my part. So, but my firm guess is that it's probably just gonna be crit determination pretty much the whole time, and skill speed is pretty much out the window right now. So yeah, overall I mean I think they keep making the warrior better, and with the new quality of life changes, I think for most classes, like the ranged abilities don't interrupt your combos anymore. So Tomahawk doesn't interrupt your combo, so you can spam it when you're away from the boss, which is good. I love that. Same with like other abilities that would have interrupted the combo. I even think using the limit break doesn't interrupt combos for DPS now, so that's a really good thing. But yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing all the other classes, so get hyped for those. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.